This episode of The Young Turks is brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook at audiblepodcast.com/TYT. Go. Darrell Issa is the Republican who is going to be in charge of the House Oversight and Government Reform Committee. That is the committee from which they launch investigations. And Darrell Issa says he will launch many, many investigations. Earlier, he had told, during a Rush Limbaugh appearance, I believe, he had said, President Obama has, quote, been one of the most corrupt presidents in modern times. Based on what, right? So he was recently asked about this. This seems fairly outrageous comment. I got a lot of issues with Obama, but I didn't see any corruption per se. I'm worried about the institutional corruption of the whole system, right? But that's as much on Bush and Clinton and Reagan and everybody else. It's on everybody, right? But what do you mean corruption and the most corrupt president? I mean, we had a president who just broke the warrantless wiretapping law, didn't give a damn, torture people, didn't give a damn. We didn't get investigations on any of that from President Obama. So what are you referring to? Well, Issa explains. He says, quote, in saying that this is one of the most corrupt administrations, which is what I meant to say there, when you hand out $1 trillion in TARP just before this president came in, most of it unspent, $1 trillion nearly in stimulus that this president asked for, plus this huge expansion in healthcare and government, it has a corrupting effect. So here are the two parts of that I enjoy. One, well, since there's so much money, I don't know, there must be corruption. It has to have a corrupting effect. So that's why I am generally saying he's the most corrupt president ever. Without a single iota of proof, evidence, who cares? He's like, let's start the investigation and see what happens, right? The second part of that is, did you catch that part of the quote where he said, when you hand out $1 trillion in TARP just before this president came in? Wait, that was President Bush. That wasn't Obama. So he even acknowledges it in his own quote. But I'm sure Darrell Issa pushed for investigations of President Bush, right? Oh, he didn't. Oh, that's really weird. By the way, Issa didn't want investigations of Bush. Forget all the laws that he broke and the torture and all that stuff, we lost $10 billion in Iraq. Where we just like, oh, sorry, we lost it. And the guy who was in charge of Bremer and others from Iraq came and said, yeah, look, it's tough to keep track. Who can do accounting in Iraq? Sorry, we misplaced $10 billion, it's gone. And Issa said, no corruption there. I'm sure it all went to the right places, and I'm sure it was meant to be lost. Said he didn't say any of that. He didn't say a word, but he never, ever, ever, ever pushed for any investigation of Bush because he's a partisan hack. The minute he comes in, he's going to go guns blazing after Obama with what he admits is not only not a shred of evidence, but stuff that President Bush did. But he's going to charge it on Obama anyway. Hey, President Obama, that whole not looking backward but only looking forward and never investigating the Republicans, how's that working out for you? Believe me, I'm going to keep asking that question over the next 2 years as they investigate every nook and cranny of your administration. By the way, Issa has already said that Attorney General Eric Holder should immediately be fired. Of course. He should resign. Why? Now, all the different laws that the Attorney Generals for Bush broke, again, Issa didn't give a damn about. But he says, oh, no. The reason that Holder should be fired is because he's not treating Julian Assange as a terrorist. And so he's not taking it seriously enough, and that it shows that we become a paper tiger. So on that alone, Holder should be fired. They're coming, man. They're coming. Audible.com is the leading provider of audiobooks.
In fact, they have over 75,000 titles.
And you can listen on your iPod or your MP3 player. You can listen to it anywhere at any time. It's incredibly convenient.
And they have books in every single genre imaginable. You can get a free audiobook if you go to audiblepodcast.com/TYT.
Totally true.